Many light workers consider themselves to be spiritual warriors. They see the darkness, they spot the enemy, charge him with their shield and sword, strike it down, and the day is saved. The enemy is vanquished by taking a stand and defeating the darkness, hopefully for good, and all is well. Right? Right? Wrong. In actual fact, attacking what we perceive to be dark, evil, or negative is possibly the worst thing you can do. In fact, all you are doing is empowering and enabling those things. It's like fighting a fire by throwing more fuel on it, and then wondering why it's growing stronger rather than going out. It's also the very opposite of what a light worker actually does and what they stand for. You cannot change the energy of something by feeding it the same thing that it feeds on. You have to introduce something else. I spent a good part of my life under psychic attack, and up to the age of 20, I was fighting it daily, but it was a losing battle. At the time, it didn't really occur to me that this wasn't normal. It was just something I had to put up with every day of my life. I've faced down a lot of attacks over the years, but this type of attack was different to the ones that came later. It's hard to describe what it was like. Best I can do is describe it as an overwhelming, clawing sensation in my mind. The pain was more mental and psychic rather than physical, but it was there, it was strong, and it was unmistakable. I felt that if I gave in, I would lose myself or possibly go mad. Of course, I didn't tell many people about it, but those I did pretty much told me that it was the devil trying to take my soul, so I needed to resist and ask God for help. I did this, but it only helped in the moment. And when I took my focus away, the attacks returned just as strong, if not stronger. I would say, God help me, Satan be gone, and sent all my might and hate towards him. Back in those days, I had nothing else to go on. There was no information out there, and even those who were supposed to be psychic and knowledgeable were completely clueless. So for many years, I was determined to beat old Satan, and I would ceaselessly fight him and attack back while avoiding any references to his name, lest it draw him and give him power. Needless to say, the battle did not go well. It was a silent, private, daily battle that I was slowly losing. Yet the thought of giving up, or giving in, or losing was, to me, unthinkable. Every day, little by little, the attacks would become stronger, and I knew something would have to give, though I did not know what would happen to me if I gave in. Then one day, in 1984, I was at lunch when I suddenly found myself reasoning that I had spent years fighting this thing with no success, and I realized that my hate and anger was making it stronger. So I thought, well, if that's making it stronger, then maybe love and peace might weaken it instead. So in my thoughts, I sent out a message to whatever was attacking me. I said it could join me as long as it was love and peace. And I sent it thoughts of love instead of anger. It was in that instant that the attacks ceased completely. It was as though someone had flicked a switch. My life changed for the better from that day forward. The lesson here, which I carry with me to this day, was that the only way to overcome such attacks is not to engage them, but to be of a higher and loving energy. Bless those who attack you, send them love and light, send them healing, give them peaceful thoughts. Be compassionate, because those who are attacking you know not what they do. Over the years, I've come across many attacks, some on me, some on others. What has amazed me is that nearly every time I come across someone who is under attack, their method of dealing with it is to attack back, and with as much hatred and force as they can muster. They also tend to pull the poor me victim card, which doesn't help anything. Remember, psychic attacks do happen, and there are a number of ways to counter them, but never, ever attack back. Never give the source any more energy to attack you with. And that's all there is for this week. And remember, everything exists on some level. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, here are some others you might find interesting. If you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear about them. Leave a comment and maybe even a like.
I rise like a phoenix, born from